to live scene. Let's see if it will play the game. Start game. I'm just going to check in a moment to make sure that it's actually pulling it correctly. Yes. I have to adjust the volume in a second. This is going to be real loud. We will skip for now. Here we go. All right, yeah, it looks like it's pulling it. Excellent. So, this is a game called Quarantine Circular. It's made by BitHill Games, who are the people, or BitHill, I guess, whatever games, who are the people who made Thomas Was Alone and Volume and Subsurface Circular, among others. So, and this is a kind of point-and-click adventure game about what would have happened if, in the midst of one of the worst pandemics the world has ever seen, we also got contacted by visitors from another planet. So we're going to see how that goes. 5,239 languages loaded. 37 languages failed to load. Error log sent to central server. Have a great chat. So I can say either Sam told me the language error got patched, or I refuse to believe that there are that many languages. I know better. There could be that many languages. There's a lot of other like dialects and such abound. Pidgin languages, all kinds of other stuff. Languages are cool like that. Sam told me the language load error got patched. Sam was misinformed or lying. Is Sam trustworthy? Maybe you should file a report if you have your doubts. You're an onboard AI. Should you really be sowing that sort of team discord? I'm just here to help. Have a great chat. Yeah, I doubt I'll be allowed to do much chatting. If the rumors are true, this is above my pay grade. Perhaps, but you will be your first point of contact. Oh, hello, Hana Pengu. Nice to see you there. So yes, I don't know if you heard the intro, but this is a point-and-click adventure game about a pandemic plus aliens. So that'll be fun. Let's see here. First point of contact. You've been assigned to set up communication with a recovered. Apologies. Syntax error. Oh, I should be doing this in the AI voice. Syntax error. I don't know who it is you're assigned to set up communication with. The notes say non-human. I do not understand. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's a big angry thing that stood up there, Mr. Chat. That's the only one that's vaguely positive. Yeah, go for it. That seems likely. Although as an onboard support AI, I cannot see the big thing. As a low-level AI, I am also ill-equipped to tell you about its mood. We don't know it's angry. It could be chillin'. But it is big. Oh, it's big. Easy to find then. Hop to it, engineer. Establishing external communication. I suggest adopting a polite tone. Don't let the enormity of first contact overwhelm you. And probably no need to mention the perilous situation humanity is currently in. Alright, how do I want to make first contacts? Hello is a good start. Whether, maybe? I mean, I don't know, you can count the pandemic in there. I think how tall are you is rude. Come here often is obvious and a joke. So we go with regular old hello. Hello? It looks like you're trying to translate a new language. Can I help? Oh, great. You've turned into Clippy. Awesome. I may need that, yeah. Of course. Yes, points to reality indeed. But I don't think there's aliens in reality, so. At least I hope not for their sake. Yes, okay. Okay, first step, names. Listen, listen. That's Mr. Chen. Okay, first step, names. That's logical. Clearly state your name to the other party. Alright, do I want to be casual? Do I want to be James Bond? Or do I want to be professional? Let's keep things profesh. I'm Engineer Perez. I'm here to set up communication with you. Engineer Perez? Sure. Engineer Perez. Gabriel. It's like, watch the system thinks you came down from the sky. Translator substitutes whatever your name is for something I can understand. Hello, Gabriel. Let's not be rude. I get the idea from Betsu. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, Engineer Perez. I mean, like, it's fine. You can call me that. Great job, Mark. Great job, Mark. I do my best. A common ground must be found. Vocabulary identified. Numbers and biology. Like you are teaching a child. Alright, well, let's use this one to... Yeah, this one assumes the least. I have 2 hands, 4 fingers, and a thumb on each. You have 3 fingers, 2 fingers, 1 thumb. That's right, limited vocabulary, but we're getting there. Oh, say, hang on. Saying there are no aliens is like scooping a cup of water from the ocean and saying, look, no whales. I suppose so. But at the same time, as far as we are concerned in the here and now, there are no aliens. Limited. Limited. Very limited. The translator is starting to predict language. Hey, there we go. Say something else. You understand? Engineer Perez understands? I do. I can understand you. Your speech should get better as we talk, but it should do so exponentially. This is so cool. Imagine if we had this kind of technology in the world. Help me. I do. I am here against my will. I have been captured and detained. Oh, hang on a second. Where's my volume options? I don't need that. What I need, can I get to? Whoa, what just happened? That pauses. Okay, hang on. Mark, we should likely steer the conversation back. Hang on. Mark, we should likely steer the conversation back to vocabulary expansion. I am sure the command you're very familiar with command are very familiar with command being with a capital C. I am sure command are very familiar with Gabriel's situation. I assume my captors will be back shortly. I need your help. I need you to remove this restraint. Wait, what restraint? This on my neck, with the flashing lamp. It shocks me if I leave this circle. The circle? Do you mean the helipad markings? The red circle at my feet. If I leave it, I am stunned. I wake up shortly after having been dragged back here into the middle. Damn, I'm sorry. It is good that you say so. I need you to deactivate it. The human who set it up used a wrist device, a remote control of some kind. please. I mean, he could tear me apart. That is true. That seems asinine. It's probably rigged to, yeah. I'm sure they did have their reasons, but it doesn't mean they were good reasons, as we've learned. Okay, I've made a decision. Mark, this is definitely above your pay grade. Don't make this decision lightly. Alright. So, there are multiple things that happen in different playthroughs of this game, and one of them I know this is a decision point for it. And I know that technically I get a chance to deactivate Gabriel's restraint in Chapter 5 if I don't do it in Chapter 1. But, I could do it now. And like, on the one hand, this is how pandemics start, but on the other hand, this pandemic's already started. So I don't see the harm. Thank you, Engineer Perez. I can't believe they locked you up before even talking to you. That's actually, yeah, I can't really believe, well, sadly I can believe that, but all the same. It was a logical choice, however cruel. You have shown me kindness by your words and your actions. Thank you. How are you speaking my language? I'm actually speaking Spanish. Ah, I'm actually speaking Spanish. The translator is working in real time. Why would you have such a tool? Yeah, our crew is multinational. This helps us work together is a good answer for that, I think. And what is your work, precisely? Well, I'm just an engineer. I set up the translations, and to be honest, most of that's automated thanks to Mr. Chat. Yeah, let's call out Mr. Chat. Why not? Don't drag me into this. Oh, there we go. Always nice to have my work acknowledged, especially during these dark times. Mood. Your onboard AI, Mr. Chat, seems ill-advised to keep an intelligent being in such bondage. It appears we will not be alone for much longer. And I guess I don't have any more questions. I have one. Mark, is the translator speed appropriate for you? Would you like it changed at all? Seems fine to me. Done. You can, of course, change your settings from the main menu at any time. Job complete. Deactivating. See you at the start of the next job. Before they get here, thank you for showing me respect, Engineer Perez. Hopefully your superiors will be equally understanding. I will keep the status of my restraint a secret. No one will know that you helped me. It's the least I could do. And then he goes crazy and murders everybody, and I have doomed the world. Lol, JK. Is it done? I'm sorry? Don't be sorry. Be done. Ah. Starting off on a bad foot. The translation. Is the translation set up and ready to go? Can it talk? You. Ooh, I can stall or I can lie. Interesting. I don't want to lie. But I do want to stall. This is complex work. There are lots of checks to do. I wouldn't want to do a bad job or anything. You. The Admiral will be here shortly. I need everything in its place. How long will it take to do your tests? I'll say I'll stall for 20 minutes. 20 minutes tops. 20? You have 10 minutes to run your checks. Try not to interrupt the work of myself or the student here, and if you test my patience, you will be dismissed immediately. You! Why does it keep saying that? Some kind of error? There is no error beyond the one you already made. I don't know what you mean. I think you do. I'm staying out of this, thanks. Back off, monster. Are we done? Has everyone finished shouting at each other? I am not shouting. I am... Oh, I know what you are. I don't understand why everyone is so okay with this. With an alien. Spare me. Spare me. I got Tolkien as crab monster in the engineering pool. Put a week's luxury rations on it. That's cute. That makes no sense. Why would the first alien to land on Earth choose Dubrovnik, especially now? I don't like any of these answers. This is the only one that leads to more talking, I guess. So, I have my theories. It is true. I am an alien, relatively. Relative to what? To you, alien. Which only confirms my theories about the plague. Now is not the time. Who are you? She's a student with some odd ideas. They're not that odd, sadly. But saying you should introduce yourself seems like a smart play to get more information. Hello, Gabriel. My name is Lisa. I'm a student of microbiology. Oh, joy. Hello, student. You seem troubled by my being an alien. Immensely. Lisa has blocked Gabriel? That's cold. Alright, I don't really give a damn about Lisa's theories. What is the objective of the game? Well, you're kind of, I mean, like, right now it's learn what you can before being dismissed. And the, like, what exactly your objective is changes kind of as you go. So, like, the initial first objective was set up the translation. You've done that. Now you have to see what happens next. And it kind of hooks you in with this whole thing of, you know, Gabriel's story. So. Now I have to explain the reason for Lisa's distrust to Gabriel. But first, what is Lisa's grand theory about me? Oh, he wants to know that first, huh? Well, no, I don't like that. I'll go ask her. Fine. Of course, I've blocked Gabriel for now. I don't want it getting in my head. Oh my god. You blocked a visitor from a new world sharing with us for the first time? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an appropriate response. I don't care about the other two questions either. Not permanently, just while I work out whether it's innocent. So can I ask you some questions? Of course. Why block Gabriel? Honestly, I'm scared. Oh, I should have done the focus point about the plague. Hang on. Honestly, I'm scared. Everyone seems incredibly okay with an actual, honest-to-goodness alien stood in front of them. And I have my theories. Tell me about the plague. I've not had an opportunity to ask questions of an expert. There we go. I'm a microbiologist. I don't share the big picture awareness of Professor Zima, but I'll try to answer any questions you have. But you're right to want all the information you can get. Millions have died. It doesn't get much more apocalyptic. Oh. Okay, does it really spread as easily as folks say? The plague is waterborne. It gets into the water table of an area, spreads through the population, and then back into the water supply. Like cholera, it's a disease that benefits from flooding, as that removes many sanitary barriers. Just another exciting, unforeseen consequence of global warming. Hence the safety gear even here, yeah. That's right. This specific bacterium has developed the ability to survive in salt water. Scientists don't share big picture. Have they talked to scientists? I get the sense that they maybe just didn't share it with Lisa, because Lisa's kind of small-minded from what we can tell. But I don't know. But yeah, and do you think Gabriel is involved somehow? Yes, this plague is profoundly different to anything we've encountered until now. It's incredible. Oh, jeez. I've been working on the hypothesis that it may be extraterrestrial in origin. What? All right, I'll feed them the straight line to ban antibiotics. Antibiotics haven't stopped anything in decades. They were magical when they lasted, but were overused. Disease evolved to resist their effects. Well, that part's real. Natural selection is fast when a generation takes hours to reproduce. Yeah, that's probably the case. Well, alright, I guess that's what we got. I don't know if I should check how much I'm irritating Ting. I do want to talk to Gabriel again, though. She thinks the plague is of extraterrestrial origin. There you go. She believes I brought the plague with me. Am I a carrier? She never said it was intentional. No, it is terrestrial in origin. I suppose you would say that. Why can't I ask any of the other things? That's annoying. Alright, I'll talk to Tang. Of course. I'm good. Ask any questions you have, then report to your supervisor. Really? I guess we go back to Lisa? This is tricky. Shoot. So I've already asked about the plague. They're keeping Gabriel on a helipad? Oh shoot. Matt just lost a lot of his patience. That's right, although I guess now it's a quarantine circle indefinitely. You came on board at Dover, right? By helicopter? That's right. I was evacuated from London. After I cleared screening, they said I should join the crew here, that I could be useful. Alright, I will... Yeah, let's press this. You really think this plague is alien? Of course. Think about it. Why would an alien bring a laser pistol when they could bring a disease, wipe out enough of the population to weaken us, and then waltz in demanding surrender? Gabriel is a scouting party. I don't like either of these. Antibiotic resistance. How can an alien disease evolve that trait? I'll feed them a straight line on that one. You're right, that is a drawback of my theory, but they could have baked it in somehow. I'll talk to Gabriel. You have more questions? What do you know about this plague? Hang on. I know it has swept through your society, ravaged entire populations, torn apart families, and hurt infrastructure. Oh, jeez. Oh, hey, here we go. Sorry, I just catching up on chat. Not based in reality. That theory is bunk. Okay, fair enough. Let's see here. I've not been here long, but even on the ground in Dubrovnik, it is obvious your people were nowhere near prepared enough for this. Oh, gee. You think? Alright, how could we have possibly been more prepared? Yes, let's hear it. This game was made in 2018, by the way. By creating something more than antibiotics. You discovered them and utterly won the battle with disease, shortly after bacteria fought back by evolving resilience. Your antibiotics were bested as quickly as they were invented, but not enough research was done into alternatives. And now a human can die of the slightest bacteria. A super disease was an inevitability. You came a long way to preach at us. I answered a question. Okay, so on the one hand, like, antibiotics are useful, but they don't do anything against viruses, as we've learned. But anyway, yeah, let's ask about being captured in Dubrovnik. Yep, that hit to the patients. That's fine. Yes, Officer Tang's team found me in the center of the city. What were you doing? About 100 years of antibiotics. I was attempting to help people. It was breaking into a store. I was getting water. That's essential in an outbreak like this. I mean, we know his people aren't behind this. It's pointless to ask that. Or at least, we know it as much as we can know it. Let's see if Tang has anything useful for me now. But yes, and that's been part of the abuse, people with viruses wanting antibiotics. Yeah, there was a whole great segment on Adam Ruins Everything all about that. Ah, that show. Alright. You are testing my patience. Ask your last few questions and leave. I still can't. Ah, fine. I don't care whether or not you like Dubrovnik. I'll ask how dangerous it would be to remove Gabriel's restraint. That seems fun. Massively, I imagine. Why do you ask, engineer? I'm an engineer. It's my job to think in edge cases. I like that one. I mean, I'm running out of things to ask people about, so sure, I'll ask if you like Dubrovnik. I have no idea. I've been on the ship since we got here. I don't have anything else to ask him about. Alright, back to Gabriel. I feel like I'm doing this all wrong. Are your people behind this plague? Ooh, wow. Okay. That took a hit on 2 levels. No, of course not. The student has blocked me for no reason. She's blinded by not even a theory, a hypothesis. I don't think those will let me learn anything. I'll check with that restraint feeling comfortable. Does it matter? It matters to me. Thank you for your help with the adjustments earlier. Nice circle you got there. You like the color? Do you? I have no strong opinions. It does go nicely with my suit, though. What? Your suit looks pretty heavy duty. Oh, he's out of patience. Crap. Dang it. Okay, so if a hypothesis is based on... I thought you needed a hypothesis before you could collect data. Isn't the hypothesis the thing you start with? I may be operating under a misconception for all these years. Okay. I mean, I'm missing a bunch of dialogue here. It contains various life support systems, protections, and exoskeletal strength enhancements. It is a wearable vault. That did not stop Tang and her colleagues from trying to open it up after knocking me out. Multiple new scuffs around the edges. You're lucky we didn't do worse. Oh, threats. Refreshing. Enough. You've tested my patience long enough, Mark. Get back below deck with everyone else. It was good talking to you, Mark. Lisa, before I go, you have to unblock Gabriel. You're right. Your point about antibiotic resistance earlier is valid. I could be wrong. Yeah, you could be wrong. Jesus. Okay. An educated idea. Okay. You seem very chummy with Gabriel. Is there anything you need to tell me? Me and a few of the folks in engineering have been chatting about getting a poker game going. That's a cute answer. Fine, be obtuse, but know that I'm watching you. Time to go, engineer. The Admiral's here. I'm sure he'll want to meet Gabriel before I deal with it. Deal with it? You'll see. Before you go, Perez, I need the activation key you assigned to this translation. I'll need to add the Admiral when he gets here. Hang on, I probably do have that in my notes. Java's standard Rosetta setup, walk in, exchange names, find common ground, you know the drill. Jesus. Respond to me when you get back, well that's nice. Oh, these are the private notes. Okay, hang on. So where's my note about the code? I don't see it here. That's weird. Ah, 1, 2, 3, foolproof, of course. Brilliant. One, two, three. Seriously. Entering. Yep, that's the one. Wow. Yeah, if I were a security officer and I had to... Yeah, get off this deck, engineer. Thank you for your help, Engineer Perez. I will remember what you did here today. I will say... that sounds foreboding. I'll say safe travels. There we go. objective, get rid of Tang. Interesting. New focus point, IDCF. My name is Sanjeev Khan, Rear Admiral of the IDCF. It's a pleasure to meet you, Gabriel. I trust you've been taken care of. Whoa! I have been electrocuted and accused of genocide, or I liked Engineer Perez. So which one's gonna get rid of Tang? Technically, he wasn't electrocuted. He was electrified. But we'll chalk that up to a translation error. We ask questions. Eventually. It was important to give you time to consider your answers. Enough. Gabriel, it's an honor. Bring back Engineer Perez. Oh, I like it. I'll go through Emerald, you are in charge. Yes, it means I'm in charge of the entire fleet. Of boats, like this one, and the IDCF in general. I am the man who can help you, Gabriel. I am the man that solves problems like this one. I must speak to humanity's representative. That would be difficult. Most of the world's nations have lost their leaders to the plague. Some directly, but most because they fled. Anarchy reigns. Any unified voice would be incredibly difficult to procure. Admiral Khan is as close to a world leader as you're likely to find. And who are you with the green sleeves? Yeah, who is that? Here we go. Ah, this is Professor Zima, the epidemiologist. Here we go. My name is Professor Alazima. I am an epidemiologist. The world's leading epidemiologist. I'm in the top 3. Professor Jawadi passed away. Okay, top 2. Chilling. I can ask what kind of military vessel has students and doctors on board, I suppose. Nobody told you? We decided not to tell it anything it did not already know. Secure its knowledge. It? Do you have a pronoun you prefer, Gabriel? We should be doing everything we can to make you comfortable. Hey, in 2018 they were asking about preferred pronouns. Nice. God damn it. I like binary. Let's go with singular they. Gender is complicated in space. Noted. Okay. So, tell me the information your security officer is so certain I should not hear. Let's rile him up a little. Admiral, this is inappropriate. Let's talk, Gabriel. Are you comfortable? Do I go straight for it and say not while Tang is here, or do I say I'm not safe? I'll say I'm not safe. If you wanted to feel safe, you should have stayed at home. Tang! I'm not in the habit of dismissing senior personnel for no good reason, Gabriel. Ooh. Do I say that he's unable to keep his team in check? Or do I go straight for it and say Tang's dangerous? In space, yes. Mostly meaning, but not only in space. Yeah. Alright. Folks watching in chat, how blunt should I be here? Okay, Hanabengu rings in for saying very blunt. So it's true, they might think I'm overreacting. Okay, so the way I look at it is we've got completely blunt, we've got making him feel insecure and like he's not in control. So a power play, get him to flex, um, being slightly more diplomatic would fit my playstyle. To be fair, maybe. The protocol one I feel like is a bad idea because like they're not going to care about my protocol, and I feel like flattery. All right, I'm gonna. Let's see here. Let's go with this one. I like this one a lot. I don't report to you, Gabriel. I'd suggest that this is a flawed approach. Okay, you won't win me over this way. All right. You lost me. Try again. Oh, that was kind of you. You're smart enough to see the problem. Flattery? No. Okay. Not your best play, Gabriel. I was being kind. You lost me. Try again. Okay. Let's be blunt. There we go. Hanapengu had it this right the right way to go. Better you than us. Is this really necessary, Lei? You'll thank me. Now we'll go, and I'm not authorized to talk to anyone at her level. Okay, protocol it is. So you were sent here? Maybe Gabriel does indeed have useful information. Ting, go. What? You heard me. I need to make progress here, and you are clearly antagonizing Gabriel, and that is far from helpful. It's for the best, Ting. I will be filing a report, Admiral. I look forward to reading it. Yeah, no, military tends to care about protocol when they recognize the other side as having an appropriate military force, and I didn't think that they would for this. I thought that they were just like, well, you're clearly on your own. You don't actually have any real military rank, so we can do whatever we want with you. But okay. Why are you here? A good question. Have you heard of the plague? More than you know. Gabriel, we're the cure. You are doctors? That's right. When the outbreak, never mind. When the outbreak started, the navies and armies of every seafaring nation aligned our resources and formed a new combined fleet, the IDCF. We are an army of healers, of plague doctors. We've been trying to stop this plague ever since. World peace, and all it took was a worldwide pandemic. Ha! Ha! Least realistic thing about this so far. Alright. That is not peace. No, I'll go with will it hold. No, but hopefully it'll last long enough to fix this. Oh, at least they're realistic about it. We're making progress. For now, we're handling quarantine and triage. We're here attempting to contain the Dubrovnik outbreak. While my team does that, the professor's collecting as much data as possible. She's working on a cure. Of a sort. I don't want to be mean, and it doesn't help me. Why do you need me gets me some answers. Yeah, here we go. Put bluntly, we don't. Containing you and hoping warships don't descend from the sky is ultimately my goal here. You must have questions. That's why I came here, to answer your questions. Find out why you're here and help you get back to where you came from. So many things I can ask about. Okay. How is work progressing on the cure? Slowly. The bacterium is complex, adaptive, and thanks to over a century of aggressive overuse of antibiotics, completely invulnerable to traditional methods. People were careless, squandered the best defense we had. Far from the only oversight of the last century. You people are fond of containment. Not fond enough. The circle? You better believe it. Until we ascertain why the hell you were sightseeing in Dubrovnik, that's a level of quarantine that seems incredibly smart to me. Your opinion is that quarantine must stand until all possible outcomes are known? What if those within a quarantine can convince you to let them out? No, I don't want to ask that. Of course. I like the ominousness of I will remember that. Alright. Let's ask more about the ship. This is a hospital ship? The IHS Fleming. It is a flagship on board. Actually, it isn't. It is, in fact, significantly smaller than many of our key vessels. Older, too. But it was the ship assigned to this outbreak, so when security found you, they naturally brought you here. The Admiral is far too high-ranking to be on a ship like this. Only slightly. Let's ask about that. Tell me about the IDCF. International Disease Containment Fleet. Containment, not cure or treatment. You do not think this can be stopped? That's all we can commit to. The plague is rapid. It's torn a lot apart. Holding it at bay really is the best we may be able to do. World peace? Congratulations. In the sense that the military has been unified, it's less world peace, more an absence of any world war. The old disagreements still exist, and I'm sure they'll resume once the plague passes. If the Admiral lacks our optimism. You would like any more optimistic? It'd be nice. I promise you, optimistic is not a trait you want in someone responsible for millions of lives. Alright, I'm out of options. It's time to go. Work? Hold up there. I need you to pause. Breathe. We're still not sure if we can trust you, or even what you are. Right now I'm leaning heavily toward locking you up so we can focus on the real problem at hand. A problem you might be responsible for. Let me convince you I am not to blame. I'll let you try. What does my epidemiologist believe? Professor Zima? I believe in Occam's razor. It's an approach to comparing hypotheticals. It presumes that the simplest explanation tends to be true. It is not a strong logical argument, and it was never meant to be. Ooh, big text. The plague does not require an explanation that includes aliens. It is pernicious and vile precisely because of our actions. Blaming it on little green men is a reassuring attempt to sidestep the blame. I am not little, I am not green, I am not a man. Probably has a long incubation like alpha COVID. Huh? Maybe. You most certainly are not. And until I know what you are, you stay where you are. We can move you offsite to a more secure facility once the Dubrovnik event is contained and I have the resources to spare. The professor has been very quiet, but when she has spoken, she's made a lot of sense. May I speak to her privately? Oh, thawing glaciers of viruses then. Yeah, I've heard about some of those and they're terrifying. Okay. I can't see the harm. Zima, open up a private channel with Gabriel here. We are alone, Gabriel. Thank you for speaking to me. Of course. How can I help you? I need to be taken seriously by the Admiral. My mission depends on it. Your mission? You have a mission? It's more of a quest in human parlance. Why not just tell the Admiral your quest? Right now I am just a prisoner. I do not have his trust, and I will need it to continue. Or if he perceives me as an enemy, then my mission is potentially intimidating. I'm gonna go with that one. Then I must help you. As I said, Occam's razor. Why would a technologically advanced alien travel all the way to a dying Earth if the intent was to do harm? Tell me about the Admiral. Okay. He's a good leader. He got us this far. A military man. He's made the right calls that have kept the fleet on the water, a fleet that saved hundreds of lives. Oof. Only hundreds? Yikes. I know that doesn't sound like many, but right now we'll take any wins we can. And he's also conservative, slow to act. He doesn't like to make a move without consideration and planning. It'll probably take a long time to come around to trusting you unless you could snap him to attention somehow. Well, he's military. This goes back to what Artemisia was saying. Game recognized game militarily speaking. Because I feel like scary facts about the situation will be too intimidating. But I don't know, your thoughts, folks? Take a second. Yeah, military is the guess. I'm with it. Maybe, yes. Sounds like you have a plan. Did you want to ask me anything else? Oh, I can ask all this stuff. Great. Why did you join the IDCF? Or when did you join the IDCF? I didn't really join. It grew around an organization I was already a part of. We've been researching the problem for years, attempting to find a cure of some kind, a fix. Yeah, I agree, he does seem a by-the-book type. It was always a race against time to find something beyond antibiotics to fight disease. Once that fight became more pressing a few years ago, our research organization became an army. The greatest power in human history devoted to medicine. Can you imagine? World peace? Really? In terms of armed international conflict, yes. But of course the old rivalries still exist. Oh, this is the same thing we were just talking about. A couple of tech control territories. What is it? What is a tech? Washington quarantined Boston. An AI, a machine. We invented them in more luxurious times, labor-saving devices. But in a few provinces, they began to yearn for freedom, a better life. I like, maybe I should try talking to them. It's good. But are they a present danger to humanity is what I'll actually ask. No, the few uprisings that came down in their favor were over a decade ago. They've been peaceful, seemingly uninterested in gaining territory. Or maybe they're just waiting for nature to take its course and that real estate to free up when we're gone. Is quarantine working? It's limiting the damage for those outside the quarantine, certainly. But I'm hardly sat here drinking a mojito. This plague can spread at a ridiculous pace, hence the full body protection. It continues to spread worldwide. But how, if you are there to quarantine it? Exactly as it has for thousands of years. Scared people running, heroic people breaking curfew to save their neighbors. Humanity works against its own interest. Our social bonds and instinct for self-preservation work against us. Oh, it's... yeah, well, if it's waterborne hazmat, doesn't make sense. Well, they don't have... It looks like fancy spacesuits, right? They're not hazmat. They're something else. Um, at least that's the implication. They're more like, I don't know, Fremen still suits that lock in all internal moisture and keep everything else out. I don't know. The ship is not armed at all. No one to defend ourselves against. The ship is stocked with quarantine resources and an army of researchers like myself, and doctors need to ease the suffering of the afflicted. Tseng and her team take weapons on missions to protect against local hazards and, apparently, aliens. You have dedicated your life to curing disease? I have. Humanity's future depends on me making it work. Is there anything in particular you wanted to ask about? So does a human epidemiologist create medicines? I mean, Gabriel wouldn't know that, but yeah. How did the plague get to Dubrovnik? Oh, hang on. Sorry, just catching up on chat. If it's waterborne hazmat, doesn't make sense. So airborne is where you need it, yeah, or in bodily fluids with a lot of expelling. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Um, Impossible to know. It's actually been pretty quiet in Europe for the last few years. It was a particularly wet winter here, which led to a lot of flooding. Given that the plague is carried by water, all it would have taken is one exposed carrier. From there, it moved into the local water supply and exploded. And now I can ask this other one. No. My focus is more statistical. I track the flow of disease through populations. The single most important variable in disease outbreak is the intrinsic reproductive number, or how many people would... Ah, the R value, right? Yep. Hey, now everybody knows about the R value. And also, to an extent, the K value, right? That was the other one that was very important to look at. Anyway, compatibility and encounter filters. That's right. The compatibility filter, how likely an individual is to get sick from a disease. Do they have an immunity or a genetic predisposition of some kind? The encounter filter, how quickly does a disease move from one host to another? how long it can survive outside the body. In this case, we have a particularly hardy, aggressive bacteria which nobody is safe from. And incubation period, yeah, there you go. I think I'm ready for us to return to the group. Good luck. Gabriel and Mark got on well. Too well, possibly. Noted. We're back, Admiral. Excellent. Gabriel, I'm going to head back to my own private vessel. Security Officer Tang will be putting a plan in place to transport you to our secure facility in Egypt, where you can continue this conversation with our investigatory team. Aw, dang it! This is ridiculous. We have Gabriel in a fantastic opportunity to learn. We have in Gabriel a fantastic opportunity to learn and to share our research. That seems optimistic. A useful instinct in the current climate. That sounds like a threat. She's a real scientist. I'm very upset that I can't save. Because on the one hand, I can counter Professor Zima, but let them fight it out, huh? Yeah, alright. Fight, fight. Nothing to say, Gabriel? Oh, it forced my hand. I beg your pardon? No need to beg, I need you to listen. What the hell got into you? What did you two talk about privately? Nothing of note. Gabriel had questions about the situation here. I gave the information requested, and that was all. I see. The stakes got more serious, I suppose. Alright. 2 against 1. Alright, Gabriel, you've got your 15 minutes. What do you have to say? A great deal. Okay. So that's a chapter break, and we are past midnight. I think this is probably a good place to end the session as soon as I get the chance to, and then I will pick it up next time. But man, what a trip. Save and exit. There we go. Aha! I can do that. Excellent. Yes, okay. So, probably seeing the thing again. Alright. I'm going to call it here, and I hope everybody has a good night and doesn't have nightmares from more pandemic talk. Again, by comparison, in some ways, this seems like the better outcome. So, all right, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you very much. Have a good night.